Can we find a simpler and more reliable way to get the Pearson Scout jacket at the very beginning of Chapter 2? Let's find out.
Who's that?
It's me.
Good to see you back in one piece.
Why, Molly, you are a cruel, heartless woman.
Dutch Vanderlind, I am nothing of the kind.
Then prove it.
How you get on out there, Mr. Morgan?
Fine.
What's it like?
It's a decent place. There's food to eat, fools to rob. We'll be okay. As long as we don't linger too long.
We sent Micah and Lenny out scouting west to see what they could find.
Good. And we're gonna need to make a decent bit of money if we're gonna get out of this hole.
Oh, I know.
Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Martin?
Good morning, Arthur. Morning, Arthur.
Yeah, morning. Morgan! Mr. Morgan! I've noticed you've stopped paying into the box.
I've been sort of busy, Miss Grimshaw.
Well, we all need to eat, Mr. Morgan.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Mr. Strauss?
Hello. Smells delightful, Mr. Pearson.
It's coming! It's coming!
Hello, Arthur. Morning.
Save your legs. You'll need them.
You all right, Hosea?
Fine, I'm fine. You ain't fine.
Mr. Pearson?
You all right there, Mr. Morgan?
Sure.
You look a little peaky.
Peaky.
Peaky? Tell you what, you find me a rabbit and I'll make you my special soup. Put the hair on your chest, get you feeling perfect.
I just need a rabbit.
It's my special rabbit soup. It's a work of art. I learned the recipe in the Indies. Riddled with scurvy I was then, one bowl. And I was fine.
Thank you. Just leave me be, Molly. That'll make old Pearson happy.
You know, these hides and furs can also be done up into coats and boots and such. Beyond my skills, but there's a trapper that travels around these parts, Canadian feller, Skill Tanner. He can make just about anything. You should drop in on him sometime.
Okay, I'll keep my eye out for him.
Very good. We were getting low.
Caught a rabbit for you.
Ah, perfect. Thank you. I'll get started on that soup. Many thanks, Mr. Morgan.
Hiya, Arthur.
Keep it coming.